What's going on, good people? It's your man D-Toll from Shop Talk, here to tell you about some freedom gear that you just have to have. As you know, we already have an array of tees, hoodies, phone cases, and more that bear the FDR logo, but now we are expanding to statement tees. You can now get tees that say, freedom looks good on you, and another one that says, praise the Lord, hallelujah, I'm free. Both tees are available in a ton of colors and sizes and are available now for purchase on the FDR website and app. So either go to freedomradio.com/shop on your web browser or open the FDR app on your iPhone or Android devices and click the FDR gear icon. On behalf of the whole team at Freedom Radio, we appreciate all of your consistent support, and we know that freedom looks good on you.
Good morning, beautiful people. Hey, everybody. Hope you're well. Having an absolutely amazing Tuesday. Welcome to Shop Talk Radio through Freedom Radio. We're so excited to have you here today with us. We have a jam-packed morning. It's actually afternoon for me. I'm here on the East Coast. Yes, that's where I live, on the East Coast. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we have a jam-packed show today, and we want to get our ball moving. So usually, we introduce everybody where they're from. But all our hosts, Ashlyn, Jacory, Michi, who often slides in as he's taking his break from working his busy day. So we're just going to get our show started and get us moving because we have a lot to talk about today. We have a very special guest. All right, so let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're adding in Miss Ashlyn Cole, an amazing, singer, superstar, world traveler.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you. Good to see you and good to be seen. Amen.
Amen. You have to speak what you are, right?
Absolutely. Right. That's it.
Then we have amazing songwriter and phenomenal vocalist, friends to the stars, Jacory Prethlow. And Demetrius will be joining us soon. How's everybody doing?
Oh, okay. There we go. Technology. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning. Looking for my voice.
Somebody didn't do their.
No, my dog does not like to go to sleep, so I've been up. Prayer.
They have gummies for dogs,
Oh, you need to prime me some of those. Ain't it a prime day?
I'm not joking. They have gummies for like high energy and anxious dogs. They do. We're gonna talk.
Yes. Because it's a prime day, so I need to send me the link. Yes.
Come on.
Yes. So let's get our day moving so we can get to our guest and we can talk about these amazing things because we ourselves individually and collectively have a very busy jam-packed week, right? So we got a lot to do and a lot to talk about. All right. So welcome to Freedom Radio. Please share, tag. Shay is our amazing boss. Will say he's out today. And remember, we keep moving. You're going to hear a man because we church kids. We can't help it. All right. So we have a lot to talk about today, but please share and tag someone. Don't keep all this goodness to yourself. Share and tag with someone else. Right. So today we have 3 national days. I'm going to name them off and you tell me your favorite. We have Fresh Spinach Day, Cherry Day, and Personal Chef Day, all to do with food. Again, Fresh Spinach Day, Cherry Day, and Personal Chef Day. Which one's your favorite?
Well, I know Jacory gonna say cherries because he just got from the Trader Joe's. So I know he's gonna say that. Mine is Personal Chef Day because I have for the next 2 weeks, I have a personal chef living in my house. That's my daughter. When she moves out, y'all pray for me. I'll probably get real skinty because she feeds me really, really well. But she's a health supportive chef.
Yes, she is.
She cooks for a few things. Like if you're diabetic, she can teach you how to cook for low blood sugar. If you have heart disease, she can teach you how to cook and what to eat to lower your cholesterol. For us, we eat for our blood type, which is type O. and she cooks for our blood type, and it's amazing. I've never ever felt better than the way that I'm eating now. So shout out to all the personal chefs out there. I love you.
Jacory, what about you?
You know, you give me a good cherry, and we all good. So you can give me the cherries and her daughter, and I'm set for the week.
I agree with the personal chef, right? So if I pick the personal chef, I get the fresh spinach, I get the cherries, I just get all of it in
True.
one, right? And I can eat healthy, and then I can get this, love and hip body back. What I'm trying to get love and hip hop.
Come on.
I'm trying to work on. Amen. So we can do all of that together. So those are our national days. National days are real days. They are days that have been, like they're actual national days. It just may not be federal holidays, but they are national days.
That part.
So we have 4 birthdays today. I'm going to say them all at one time. We have Mr. Will Ferrell, actor, phenomenal, crazy funny. He's 57 today. We have Barry Sanders, football player. He's 56 today. We have Mr. Jimmy Johnson, football player, coach. He is 81 today.
Come on, 81.
Come on, be
Woo-hoo.
81. That's really amazing. And then we have Mr. TJ Jackson, the son of Tito Jackson. Wow, he's 46 today.
Come on, 46.
46. So, Ashley, will you give us about a 1 minute happy birthday? It's your day. Take care of your day.
I probably don't even need 1 minute. I just want to say that today is the day that God created something very special, and that is you. Now, it's not all about you, but on this day, we celebrate God's creation of you. Amen. See, that's a good perspective to have. Some people, you want to go to Cabo and celebrate your birthday. Just give God a good praise while you're there, okay? Please. I don't mind just celebrating, but make sure that you acknowledge the whole reason that you're even here, that you're even breathing, that you even have life, health, strength. Come on. So we love you. From all of us here at Shop Talk, we say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We definitely want to acknowledge our so happy birthday. And to those that we may not have acknowledged, it's July. I think you should celebrate from the first day of your birthday. So if your birthday's on the 3rd, right, the 16th, let's go from the 16th. If your birthday's on July 16th, you should celebrate till August 16th. Right, you celebrate a whole 30 days, right? You got to celebrate.
I like that. I like that.
Some people say it's not that serious, but it is serious. You were given another day, right? So you got to celebrate it big and celebrate it loud. Shout out to our listeners, Miss Tracy J. Wilson, who's a faithful supporter, listener of Freedom Radio. Shout out to anyone else out there. We may not see your name, but we thank you for hanging out with us today. All right, say she's tired of this, but we got a lot to talk about today. So we have a special guest we're going to be bringing on in just a moment. Before we do that, we wanted to say shout out to Pastor Dietrich Haddon. He is a pastor.
Yeah.
Dietrich Haddon, who did a phenomenal interview today on the Breakfast Club. Me personally,
Good Jesus.
I thought it was amazing. I thought he represented the kingdom, as they say, very well. He represented gospel music very well. If you know anything about Dietrich, I'll say this. He's always been a straightforward guy. He's never really cut a lot of corners. And what I loved about today, and I can't talk about it too long because we got to keep moving, but I will get emotional. I love when people don't push down their Jesus. We are a Christian station, be clear, okay? So I love when people don't push down their Jesus, but they don't make other people feel inferior. And I thought he did a great job of that. So he backed up everything he said by word today. I mean, every last moment of it. He kept going back to the scriptures. He's a pastor. He's a gospel artist, right? He kept going back to the scripture, but he also didn't belittle anybody. He didn't make anybody feel small. He didn't make them feel small. Some of the questions were pretty tough, and he walked through them as an artist should. This is why you need artist development. I'm not going to stay here long because we're going to get stuck. This is why artist development is so important, because in his years of experience, he's been in the game 30 years, but he also walked through that interview. Just me. So good. And just, he was honest, but he didn't belittle anybody. He didn't let them belittle anybody. It was just really great. So I'm a fan of the Breakfast Club. I'm a fan of Freedom Radio, of course, but I'm a fan of the Breakfast Club. I love what they do. So shout out to them, and please go check it out.
No, but honestly, it just came out 4 hours ago. So if you have not seen that interview, I would say go see it. I have been traveling with Dietrich I know him personally, and to see his display, his journey, and that he actually helped me today. Because sometimes some of the gospel music be a little too much for me, but he was just like, it's a new day and time. So have you tried Jesus? That's not going to reach the new generation, but there's a way you can connect that thing to where you can pull them into, and you not only have the young and the old, but you got also the new fish that need to come in and be cleaned as well. So it was, and he was just like, there should be some gatekeepers, but they need to be the right gatekeepers in gospel music, to where that you should have to go through the GMWA, and you should have to go through the Doves, and you should have to. We got to work it out. But it was excellent. Go check it out.
And let me just say this one thing, and then we're moving. I think that his point was really good. If you're going to be a part of something, commit to that something. Don't just be a sometimey. I'm talking about anything. It doesn't have to be Jesus. Like if you're committed to being healthy, be healthy. If you're committed to helping children, help children. If you're committed to feeding the homeless, feed the home. Like I'm saying, like do something and do it well, but do it for longevity. Do it because you're setting root down. Don't just be, throwing your pearls to swine, but also don't just be a temporary sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Make a commitment. And see, this is where authenticity plays such a big role. If you're not being your authentic self, it'll be fleeting, because you're going to move from one thing to the next. But if you're being your authentic self, then you're going to be committed to the thing, because it's your authentic self, who I am today, tomorrow, the next day. Now, I'm not saying don't evolve. You definitely will be evolving, but make sure that you're being your authentic self, so that when you do a Christian record, or you do a R&B record, or you do a whatever kind of record, that's actually you. It's not just you trying to get likes, or you trying to get followers, or you trying to get number one, but that you're actually being your authentic self. And if 100% of us became our 100% authentic self, we would have a better world to live in.
Oh, absolutely. These are facts. It was good. What she said is we're going to go on. We're supposed to be doing this better. But I'm telling you, I appreciate authentic people. Let me tell you something you said that's true. It's my last thought, and we're going to move to the next part. Real recognizes real. That's what they say in church. That's what they say in the streets. It's just true.
Come on.
Yeah, and so people can feel how they want to feel. Like, oh, well, he said no. He just respected everybody, and he was honorable, and he just did a great job. So shout out to Dietrich Haddon, Pastor Dietrich Haddon. It was really, really cool. Also, we want to say congratulations to First Lady Karen Clark Sheard. Who is just living, man. She's just doing amazing things. And Karen Clark Sheard released brand new music this past weekend. She has a new single out called Yes. It's incredible. She's Karen Clark Sheard, so it's going to be amazing. Also, shout out to Pastor Cornelius Edwards. If you don't know who Cornelius Edwards is, you can find him on social media under Cornelius Edwards. He is this major, in my opinion, just gift to the world. He's giving to people like crazy. He's helped a lot of people. He's paid house notes. He's just giving. He was originally found from Sunday Best, and he's released brand new music. It's called That Great Name. So I really encourage that you support him in his efforts. Our guest is on her way back. So while we're there, I wanted to give these health tips, and while we're waiting for our guests, maybe Ashlyn can commentate a little bit on this. 4 health tips that we encourage for travel and just great health overall. Let me say this: when you're traveling, especially places like Las Vegas, like a lot of us in the gospel community may be doing this week, it's really easy to get sick. It's really easy for certain things to happen. So you have to be very conscious and aware, and we want to live a long time. So number 1, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water, more water than you think you can stand, okay? Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Eat real food. When I went to the doctor recently, he said, you know what you should do? Nothing processed. Eat salad because you know it's fresh. So eat real food, eat fresh food, and stay active. Walk. I always say move around with your kids. Go outside and play with your kids, but move around every day. Our bodies weren't meant to really sit all day long, even though a lot of us do it. So we want to take a moment and do that. And Ash, maybe you can take 2 minutes, and then we'll bring in our guest on that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the most important things that any of us can do for our health is to stay hydrated. I mean, there are studies that show that we are chronically dehydrated. Now, dehydrated doesn't always look like you in the emergency room with an attached to an IV. That's a next level of dehydration. But I'm talking about like everyday dehydration. Now, they used to say drink 8 cups of water per day, and then it evolved to drink half your body weight in ounces, which would mean if you're 200 pounds, then you should be drinking 100 ounces of water per day. Then we went on to the gallon. You should be drinking a gallon of water. So whatever works for you, okay, work that. But make sure that you stay hydrated, because your body is made up of something like 70% water, right? And so if everything's dry, your outside environment is dry, and now
That's
inside
right.
of you is dry, you're going to introduce an environment for sickness, for viruses, for an acidic environment. An acidic environment, that's where cancer dwells, diabetes dwells, heart disease, kidney failure. I'm talking about like, intestinal problems. Stay hydrated, and
Good stuff.
find a natural spring water that doesn't have to have anything in it. Like if you need some flavor in your water, put a lemon in there, to put some limes or some peaches or strawberries or something in there. But you don't need to put all this chemical compounds in there. Now you're just adding more. But just plain old spring water, natural spring water, stay hydrated.
Agreed. Thank you, Ashley. And I want to say this: if you can't pronounce it, don't drink it. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it.
You
It's
can't
just that
spell it.
simple. If you can't spell it, pronounce it, or read it.
It ain't
You
good for
gotta
you.
look over and say you shouldn't eat it, right? So fresh foods. I
Yes.
totally agree. I know a lot of people say I don't like water. Add lemon to the water. Add fruit to the water. Just whatever you can do. But I want to encourage us to live a long time. Sometimes in the faith-based community, be it black, white, green, or purple, we don't do the best at our health. So I really want to
Period.
encourage us to take care of ourselves. Recording those last year, I said I would never do this again. So when I said I intentionally bought a water bottle to take with me that was small enough to keep in my bag, I will not be at Stella Weekend dehydrated or hoarse. Not going to happen. So please drink water to live for the rest of your life. All right, so we have a really great special guest, my really great friend. She's not here just because she's my friend, but she is here because her name is Queen. Her actual name is Sharon Queen Campbell. She is the founder of the Glam Room, who is celebrating 15 years of glam and grooming services. They are a traveling salon. She can tell you about it better than I do, but it's just one of my favorite places in the world. And it's not my favorite place because it's all hair and makeup. It's my favorite place because she does she does something different than most glam and grooming rooms do. She's just really incredible at what she does. So we're bringing her up to be with us. I think she's in class because she's actually a full-time cosmetologist. She's a master
Oh,
hairstylist. And again, I've been working with her for quite a long time, so she's gonna tap with us within a minute. But while we're there, Stella Weekend is this week. Some events start on Thursday. There's a lot of events coming down the pipe, so it's Thursday for most people, Thursday through Saturday. It's going to be Thursday through Saturday this week in Las Vegas. How do y'all feel about the awards coming?
I got a question just before you go into that, since because I'm in preparation to where I almost was really late getting on here today. How do you pack? This is just a question I'm throwing out since we got a little. How do you pack to go to something like an award show? Because for me, what I have to do is I've had an outfit sitting on the couch for probably a week, but I have to try everything on and then put it in. Try everything on, belt, socks, everything, the proper undergarments for that. How do you pack when you do something?
Me personally, I pack things that I know work because I'm traveling quite a lot, though, right? I'm traveling quite a lot. So I normally pack things that I know are going to work. I've also been thinking about this. I'm going to put this actually on social media this week. Is to not overpack. I have a really good friend named, her nickname is Tweety. And Tweety gave me a tip one time. She said, pack shoes that go with several outfits. So a lot of
Period.
times we pack more than what we need, right?
Mama.
Yeah, a lot of times we just overpack. We pack more than what we need. And so I try to be cautious in that. I've slimmed down greatly over the years in the sense of packing. So I try to, if I don't need 5 pairs of black shoes. I need
Right.
one. Most of the time during these kind of weekends, you're not in the room anyway. So you don't need all your favorite body wash soaps. You need body wash to keep you clean. You're right. You don't need 1,200 sprays. You need 1 or 2 things that can fit in your bag. If you do not want, if you're only going for one day and you don't want them to take your amazing cologne or makeup, then find little things.
Mm-mm.
There's little spray bottles you can buy. You can do it today because it's Amazon Prime Day. So you can buy these little things that you can spray. You can spray your perfume or cologne into, and then you don't have to worry about them taking your favorite cologne or perfume, right? So less is more, right? If you have one necklace that goes with 5 things, it's okay. Because we may not remember the necklace, we're gonna remember the dress, right? So just less is more, right? While we're there, we're gonna bring our guest in, and we're gonna bring our guest in. We're gonna bring 2 people in at the same time. Our guest and Michi. Okay, same time we have our guest, Miss Queen Campbell. She's here with
Hi.
us
What's
today.
up?
Hi, Michi. Michi's in the car.
Hey, Queen. Oh, you're
Hello.
muted, love. Can you come off mute?
Hey everybody! I'm actually I teach during the day, so I'm on campus, and I didn't want any background noise to interrupt. So, hello! I'm so glad to be here,
Hi.
everybody. Hey.
Absolutely. Well, we just want to shout you out. The Stellars are this weekend. I know that you have a busy schedule. This might be one of your busy weeks of the year, certainly this month. But we are so appreciative that you even do that you set up on site for the Stellars for people to come in and get glammed out. I'm
Mhm.
excited to meet you and to come in there. Jacory and I are going to come in there at some point over the weekend. I heard Jay Bolin even swooped in there one time and said, I need a last minute help. So
Yeah.
that's so helpful because, I think that we think we can do it ourselves. And then we get to a
Mhm.
place and it's like, oh, we looking around. Everybody's elevated. Hair, makeup, lashes, nails, toes, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
if you can, just tell us a little bit about how that has been to be part of the Stellars.
Well, thank you for that. It has been amazing. It has been such a fun journey. This is our 15th year. So the Stellar Awards was our very first event back in 2009. It's crazy to think about that now because when we started, no one was saying glam rooms, glam nothing. Of course, we knew people still did hair, makeup, and things like that. But it wasn't such, I think now it's definitely a trend, like for the last 10 years for sure. And so it feels really good to be a part of the beginning of some of that. But Stellar Awards kind of happened because I actually had moved to Nashville and I had many friends. My mom was a radio announcer, gospel radio announcer for years. And I'm a songwriter. So between the two and working in WGMA and GMWA, I'm sorry, and all the gospel events, I kind of built relationships. So when people would come to Nashville, they would ask, can you do my hair for this event? Can you turn me onto a makeup artist or things like that. And so I was like, this the people need something. So I talked to my mentor about it at the time, the late great Donna Grady Creer. For anyone who remembers her, yes, her impact. Yes, that was my soror, my sister, and my mentor. And she told me, she said, Queen, do it. She said, I don't care if they don't support you, if no, you don't have to get backing. She was like, you already got your idea. And I didn't want it to be a burden on Central City, Don Jackson, or anything like that. So we just kind of undergirded it ourselves. And I just kind of got a team of amazing artists in the city. And we came together and that's what we did. And we've been doing that ever since for the last 15 years. Of course, we branched out. We do other events, but Stellar is always dear and near to our hearts. Is our very first, so we always come back, and we're doing it bigger and better this year. Got a team of about 12 people. We're kicking it off, doing the Day of Service with Cheryl Jackson Media, the DMV collab, and so that's our give back event. We always start off with that, and then we're going to set up and be ready to take hair appointments, makeup appointments, barbering, lashes, you name it. We got some bad hair loss specialists from Atlanta that are joining us this year. They do everything, but hair loss is some of their specialty. Wig makers. I mean, it's going to be amazing. So I'm
Wow.
really, really excited. Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely. Shout out to your team. That would be Charlie, Oni. I hope I'm saying her name right.
Yes.
Nicole, Blossom, RJ,
Yes.
Essence, Cecilia, Jeray, Envy, Ariel. We cannot wait to see all of them at the Stellars. It's going to be outstanding. And I would dare to say nobody has looked better in the last 15 years since you've been on campus, part of the Stellars. So
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
so
I'll
excited.
take that.
You are
That's beautiful.
get glammed
Yes.
up myself. Come on.
Yes. Come,
This is
come. We
great.
are waiting. Yes.
Yes.
I love this. I love this. Ja'Cory?
I just want to say that I've
I
stepped in the
love you.
room.
I'm interrupting you because I love you and I've been looking for you since. Yes. Go ahead.
Right, right. Let me just say, I stepped into the room, to the glam room on an accident. I was just, me and Yolanda was doing our thing last year, and it's so much more than a glam room. It was actually an out of church body room, because when I got there, it was just so much joy. There was so much love, and there was a connection of things happening all at once. You getting your makeup done, is somebody in the other room doing, and there's a whole conversation going on of encouragement, because the thing is, you never know who's going through what, because we put on these spaces, we want to be glammed, but sometimes you need to know what's behind the glam, so then you can understand what you're really looking at. And I just want to say, I think I was in there for hours. I started making videos.
Yes.
It was just like, oh my goodness, this is my auntie that I didn't know. So I'm
Yes.
I'm excited to be in the room for when, I don't know how long I'll be there, but I'm gonna be in there.
Well, forever, however long you're going to be there, we are going to enjoy it. You were such a joy last year, and I asked Yolanda about you several times. And so when she told me that you guys are going to stop by, I was just like, yes. So my day was made, and I'm so looking forward to it and to meeting you too, Ashley. We're just This is what we do. We don't just do the work, but we are vessels, and we allow God to use us through our gifts. But we understand that what we do with touch, with the power of touch, it really is ministry first. And so that's why we kind of set the atmosphere so that ministry can be free. And that doesn't always look or sound like church, you know what I'm saying? But often it can come through the ways of what we're familiar with church, but it's always a good vibe. It's always the presence of God. You always feel it, and people experience it. And that's what I'm excited about.
Oh, this is so awesome. Michi, do you have a question for Queen?
No, I don't have any questions. I've never experienced your glam room. I was expected to be at the Stellars of this year, but due to health conditions, I will not be making it. I still have my ticket. I have not canceled anything because sometimes I can be a little
Yeah,
hard headed.
you
So
know.
if y'all see me,
Yes.
so if you do see me, but definitely for Jay Boland to step into a room that offers any type of fashion, to me, because I'm just a Jay Boland fan, is to me is like a stamp of approval.
Yes.
That's like, that seals it. That's pretty much like, hello, artists, are you out there? If you can't reach Jay Boland, if you can't reach this person, you need to get to this glam room.
Yes.
Okay, she's I mean, I've seen some of your stuff on your social media. Recently Yolanda has shared some things with us, and definitely I'm like, how did I go these years? But matter of fact, Yolanda, I was with you in Atlanta. You didn't take me, but you took Corey. I'm slightly jealous.
Oh.
I'm a little jealous, and I spent the whole day with Yolanda. The car came and got me, then we came and got her, and I'm Yolanda. Why am
So
I?
let me do explain first. Let me explain first before I say. So this is, I love Queen. She knows this publicly and privately. She's one of my favorite people in the world. I can't talk about it long because I'm gonna start crying. She has a very extremely special place in my heart. And so last year, when it was in Atlanta, she wasn't there, but she always looks out for me. So there's a wonderful lady named Tiffany Turner, who I just love. We love Tiffany. And so Tiffany did my hair that year. And then they made sure, I was taking care of in other spaces. So Queen wasn't in Atlanta. I don't believe that particular year. And then,
Okay.
she came back, last year to Vegas. So Queen, there's something else I would love you to talk about just for a second about what I always tell people I love about the Glam Room. People say, "Why you love this place?" Because it's like, first, I'm a hair and Queen knows this. I'm like you can leave me in the beauty supply. Like you could just drop me off, leave me there. I'm fine. That's my favorite place. It's my favorite place. I grew up going to the salon, right? I grew up as a kid going to the salon. There was a salon in my hometown where with so many people every Saturday morning, girls were sitting on top of the air conditioner. It was just a packed place. So I grew up going to the salon after school, going to the salon. So it's just, it has a special place in my heart. My aunt was my auntie that passed. One of my aunties that passed, she was a cosmetologist. So it's just kind of in my veins. But I love for Queen to talk about what she does differently than most glam room services or places does that really makes the glam room special. And what she offers is not just really actually for the celebrities, if she can talk about that part.
Okay, I definitely will. Can y'all hear me? My earbuds just died on me. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Y'all can hear. Okay, good deal. So a little bit what we do a little differently is our mission is really um even though we do service celebrities or artists or talent, our mission is really giving everyday people celebrity experiences. And so that's probably how you could have missed us, because we've been there set up every year. But what we do, because when I gave the idea, when I kind of just talked through it and was fleshing it out, I knew what God was really, he told me, he said, I want you to um, uplift people, and the people who save their money, because Stellars, it traditionally has been like it's like our Grammys, right, for our industry. And back in the day, people would save their money. You would see minks, honey. You saw sequins. You
For
saw
real
I
though,
mean, it
for
was
real.
stellar. Like people dressed up, and so he said, gravitate to those people. I want you to pull those people in, and I want you to give them an experience where they can go home and say, wow, not only did I get to go to one of my favorite events to see my favorite artist, to lift up the name of Jesus, but I got this thing myself. I left feeling like I was somebody special. And so that's really why we don't, we promote and we do, but we really focus on the everyday people, the attendees, because that's really who makes this show happen. That's what makes this weekend happen. I've seen the Stellars go from only 4 or 5 sanctioned events to now you have over 40, 50 events over a 3-day period. And I remember when there was only 2 days that things were happening, and that was the day of the taping and maybe the day before, the night before. Unless you were in the industry, you didn't even get into a lot of these rooms. You understand what I'm saying? So what we do is not only did we help the people, or we help promote the people who can't always get into those closed spaces. Ooh, I feel something on my shoulder right there. Because there are more people who cannot get into those spaces, for whatever reasons. But do they not deserve it? Do they not
Wow.
deserve to go home feeling like a queen, feeling like a king, right? So that's kind of that's who we target, and that's what we do. But don't that's not it. I actually just took a booking from a beautiful artist who, I mean, she looked us up online, she left me an inbox, and then she finally called me. So when I tell you, God just opens up the way. When we show up ready and prepared, we walk into everything that he has for us. And so that's kind of our story every year.
Wow. So when you said that, Queen, you just gave me a thought. Again, we were talking a little bit this morning about a phenomenal interview that Dietrich or Pastor Dietrich did on the Breakfast Club today, and he said something really good. He asked the guest, Charlemagne, tell me the top 5 gospel artists you know. He named Kirk Franklin, Mary, so on and so forth. And I love Dietrich for this. He said, but there are a plethora of amazing, phenomenal gospel artists that you may not even know their name. The people you named are just a really small fraction of these amazing people. So what you just said, I think aligns with that, in the sense of there are all these amazing artists. A lot of times they're indie artists, which I've seen come through. So I've been working with Queen. I've had the privilege of working with Queen for almost 10 years. And what I've seen is all these artists that were on. She always has a Cinderella, when you're also Cinderella, like a Cinderella or Prince, if you will. People that are on the cuff of something. Wow. People that are on the cuff of something amazing. They're right at the edge of something. The year that Jay Bolin came, I remember, I think one time it was a new artist, like kind of like an indie artist. It wasn't like this top rated artist, right?
Jessica Reedy.
It was Jessica.
It was Jessica Reedy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And if I can insert, Dietrich has been a client of ours several times. And so I haven't seen the interview yet. I'm excited to watch it now, but that's my guy. And that's who he is. Like that interview. And I think, Jacory, you said you had traveled with him or worked with him. Like that's who he is. And, I don't, aside from that, I don't think Dietrich gets, I don't think he gets the full, honor. Honestly, I don't,
Say it.
and that's a whole nother, I'm sure, show. But I will say that as a client of the Glam Room over the years, more than once, he's always been consistent, and he has a love for this industry and the people of God. He loves God's people. Like, I mean, yeah. From when you go all the way back to his career, that's who he's been. So yeah, that's cool. And you took me down memory lane really quick, because yeah, 10 years.
10 years. So let me give this shout out. I feel like anybody knows me, Queen knows me very, very well. I feel like it's very important to give respect and honor to people who put you in the space. None of this would not have happened if it had not been for Michelle Prather. Michelle Prather connected me to Queen. She deserves, and I will always.
She deserves all of it, and then
She
some.
is the connect
All
queen.
flowers.
She will call you on the phone and say, "I need a dress. My friend got a dress. This is just who she is." And so she called me while I was overseas, and she said, "Hey, I have a friend. She needs graphics," which she was known for doing. And Queen is, it's just, again, I'm gonna start crying because it's been one of the most beautiful connections I've ever had in my whole life. And every time, one reason why I'm gonna let Ashton come in. One reason why I recommend the Glam Room, it's not just because she has amazing services, what she does. She's a master hairstylist. I went through a really bad season when I first moved to Charlotte. I had a bad hair experience. And I remember I called her on the phone crying and said, "Oh my God, you would not disbelieve what happened to me." And from a distance, she walked me through a whole process. And she said, "You're going to be fine. And you're not normal." So you have to do things a little bit differently. And so I don't just talk about her because she's great. I do because what she does is amazing, but also because I've always been lifted every time I left. So what Jacory said is true. Every time I leave a better Yolanda. That this is no put on. I don't just leave looking pretty. I don't just leave with great hair, which I do, and I'm excited about. But I leave a better person. I leave lifted. I leave feeling more confident about who I am, the body I'm inside of, the face I have, being okay when there's no makeup, being okay when it's a bad hair day. And this is just me. I think when you come to these type of experiences, that's what should happen. That's what I remember as a kid. Going to the hair salon and the lady making you look pretty and saying you're going to have a great day. Right. So this is what I love about it. I'm telling you, if you book her, you won't be, she always has a top-notch people, and you won't be disappointed. Ashlyn.
Absolutely. And look, she's still doing it because she's being her authentic self. You're being your authentic self. And God, when you're authentic, then you're in alignment. And when you're in alignment, then the assignment shows up because God can trust you with the assignment. Good. And so I just am so excited for you. If you want to book your appointment, if you're going to be at Stellar Weekend and you want to book your appointment, you can go to therealglamroom.com, not just the Glam Room. Make sure that you put the real glamroom.com and you can schedule your appointment. The way that their scheduling system is so great, you can choose the specific service that you want. You can actually choose which stylist, but I'm telling you, whoever you get is going to be amazing because Queen is amazing. So just correct these hours because I'm showing that you're open Thursday. I know you're the location. You can give us the location because I don't actually have that. Thursday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. You have availability. Is it true that on Friday you're going to be open 5 a.m. until 10 p.m.?
So yes, we do start taking our earliest clients at 5. We don't have a house full at 5 usually, but we do have press. We do have artists that a lot of times are doing those early morning interviews and events, and so yeah, we actually do.
Wow. So Thursday 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., Friday 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., and then Saturday, which is the day of the actual awards ceremony, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. So again, go to therealglamroom.com, book your specific appointment. When I tell you there are barbers and groomers and hair pros and lash extensions, what you need? You need what do you need? They can take care of you. There are all kinds of things. So we're excited. We're so excited to meet you. I'm excited to meet you and see you at the Stellar Awards weekend, but many, many blessings upon you. It's obvious 15 years plus in the game, but 15 years with the Stellars. It is no accident. God sees you, knows you, he calls you by name, and he is opening doors. Let this be an open door season that even you haven't even imagined or asked for, that he answers your prayers and beyond, that he gives you the desires of your heart financially. Let this be an overflow season for you, that you can give where you want to give and minister when you want to minister, how you minister, because you're not worrying or stressing about bills. Let your finances be flowing like a river. Let your roots set down deep into foundation, good soil. And if you all can't make an appointment, I hope the Queen, you will give us your Cash App so we can bless you and sow a seed into your business, because this is obviously the fruit of the Spirit is coming out of your mouth. And I see that this is a ministry. This is not just for a check. And so anytime we see that, we want to support you full fold. So thank you again so much for being with us here today at Shop Talk. And we just love you and appreciate you.
Wow, thank you. I received all of that and then some. Thank you so much. You can, if you want to, the Cash App, it is the Real Glam Room Team. That is $ the Real Glam Room Team. That's the easier one. I have my own personal one, but the Real Glam Room Team, if you want to sew into that or whatever you want to do. Some people sponsor people. Some people sponsor services, and because we're always doing something for people during this weekend. So yes, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this, you guys.
Awesome, Queen. I have one quick question.
Sure.
How should a person come prepared? So, I mean, me and you have these questions, but if a person says, I want to come to the Glam Room, I want to get my hair done, I'm coming from Chicago. How should they come? How should they prepare to come to the Glam Room?
So you can come anyway. So because a lot of times we may have to have you to go shampoo your hair. Depends on what's in the hair. Face wise, our artists are prepared to clean the face if we need to. So you can come bare, clean hair. That's preferable with hair. But hairstyling, we style on top, so that's not a problem. But we don't do salon full services, so we won't do any wet services. So really you can come either way. You can come with your own foundation on, if you feel more comfortable. But by the time you leave, it's not going to matter. I believe you'll be pleased. Yeah.
Awesome. We're so excited. Well, I can't wait to see you, but we're so excited to have you. Thank you for being here with us today. Again, you can book your appointment on therealglamroom.com. That's therealglamroom.com. Glam Room, spelled all the regular way, therealglamroom.com. You can follow the Glam Room on social media platforms at therealglamroom.com. And listen, we're gonna have pictures, and Jacori's gonna come through there. Freedom Radio, actually this year is a proud participant, if I could say proud sponsor in the Freedom with the Glam Room this year. We're really excited about that opportunity we have. And so this is going to be a really, really fun, exciting weekend. We have about 15 minutes left in our show. And so, Ashlyn, can you tell us about your participating this weekend at the Stellars?
Oh, I'm so excited. Can I just tell you, I am so excited. I was ye of little faith. Yep, I was. I'm not ashamed to admit it, because sometimes God works on us. I got scared. I was like, what am I doing? Who do I think I am? And now I have a whole new perspective. I had to process through those feelings. I did, Jacori. I'm not even trying to deal with you. I'm not fooling with you right now. But
Actually, I think sometimes you just get real humble, which is really good. But sometimes you get so humble, you just, I'd be like, girl, why is she not? But she's
I
so,
am. I mean, I
but
am humble. I am humble. I
no,
do
you
know who
are.
I am, but I don't want to be an opportunist. That's the part
Got
that I
you.
didn't want to be. I don't ever want to be looked at as an opportunist. Like, I'm just gonna show up and I'm just gonna you gonna put me on. I hate that
But
attitude.
but honestly, to the
But that's
four
the attitude. A lot
corners,
of them are that.
that's not her. But I think the thing
No.
that helped me with this is, in gospel music, you also have to walk your faith out. You have to also walk and let God do that magic sometimes. It can't always be listed on a sheet of paper. Hey, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And this is a good segment for me right here, because when I go to these great events, I go in expectation of, God, what are you about to do next, and who are you going to connect me to? Not what I've written, not my itinerary, but what are you going to throw in the midst of, so that I can see that what I'm doing for you is real and tangible. So
Mm.
you make some of these connections that have nothing to do with me. So my walk to the Stellas this year is, guess what? Let me walk into somebody that I don't even know, and they be like, hey, I need to pull you over here to Memphis to sing, or, I just want him to wave his magic wand. And I think sometimes in gospel we forget, because we're structured, but I don't want to structure Jesus out.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm here, and Ashlyn's my friend, so I can tell her, hey, look, no, don't be
That's good.
scared. Walk on water.
Right.
That's
And he
good.
did. And he definitely, and it was him, and it was Charlene Moore, and it was Yolanda, and it was like, it was so many people, Meech, Dito, everybody like had their 2 cents. So I am excited that I have been invited to be a part of the IME, the Inspirational Music Experience. I'm a special guest. It will be on Thursday, July 18th, starting at 1:30. It's going to be at Mountaintop Faith Ministries on Lindell Road in
Beautiful
Las
church. Beautiful
Vegas.
Yeah.
church.
I'm
That
so
is that.
excited. And let me tell you, that's also going to be Melvin Crispell, Jason Nelson. Now, look, oh my God, Jesus will answer your prayer. It has always been the desire of my heart to work with Jason Nelson. I am so excited to even just meet him and just be in the same room. So when I tell you that once I stepped over that threshold of like the little bit of fear, I do have to say that I had a little bit of fear going into this. So once I stepped over to the other side, then God just was like, I got you. And then all these things came on. And now I'm walking the blue carpet for the Stellar. So I'm super excited about that. I have a publicist that's gonna walk me through that. Shout out to Nisi. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited. So I'm getting my clothes together. I will be going to see Queen for my glam look on Saturday. Super excited to say that. So I'll have it together. And it was just suggested because it's gonna be 110 degrees, just to wear, some cute jeans, some little clean tennis shoes, have you a little like nice loose, shirt or something like that. So for the
Mm-hmm.
Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna be chilling. Oh, and then we're gonna spend all day. I think it's at the Hard Rock Cafe. Is that right? Jacori? It's at the
You
Hard.
know,
That's
oh
where
yeah.
Hobbs and Ty Tribbett and
Karen Clark.
Karen Clark Sheard is going to be doing her listening party there. So we got tickets to all of that stuff. Most of those events are free, y'all. Most of those events are free, but you do have to go register so that they can do a head count. So you can go online and you can find all that stuff. But if you see me, come on, let's get a selfie. Let's chat it up for like 2.3 seconds because I'm sure that I'm going to be in transition on over to something else. But I can't wait to see everybody in Vegas this weekend for the Stellars. What you got, Ja'Cory?
But let me tell you about the event in the hallway. The
Oh.
hallways of all of just the hallways. Yolanda, can you tell them about the hallways? Because we had events in the hallway to where you would just be walking and Jonathan Slocum is just like, "Ooh, that blazer you got on is hot," and just start talking to you. So the events that happen in the hallway, don't let it. They'll surprise you.
I love that.
Yeah, I think what I learned last year was just no. I think what I learned last year is just be yourself. Something you said earlier, I think we discount very often. I'm trying not to be the extra first lady today. I really am. Something we discount very often is just being your doggone self.
That's right.
I think sometimes we overdo it. We try. That's what I love. I keep going back to DJ, but it's because I think people disrespect when you're yourself. When you try to like be something you're not, when you try to like it just is so much. Just be yourself. And so I said this to Ash when we were talking earlier, as a team, and I said, I'm not seeking to impress anybody. I'm going to wear my, shout out to my friend Alan, I'm going to wear my little Disney cute shoes. I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear it. Because I think sometimes when you get caught up, this is not to say you shouldn't look good. This is not to say you shouldn't have fun. But this is to say, I think sometimes when you get caught up in what everybody thinks, it just overwhelms you.
Come on.
And then by the time it's over, you've missed a whole weekend.
Now, Mother Marant,
Yeah.
I know you don't dress to impress, but let me tell y'all something. When that lady steps up that room, because when she came up that hotel in Atlanta, I said, Jesus, I need to go back and change. I thought we was coming casual. We're going to be in this meeting room pack. Baby, she looked like she was going to get an award. Oh,
I
she
just
looked
believe.
so
Listen.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
So amazing. One thing Yolanda can do, as she always say, for a curvy girl, is put it together and make it look presentable.
Thank you. I'm really honored about that. Thank you.
And make it look like you look at her and be like, excuse me, where did you get that? Who did your hair? Like it's to me, presentation will allow you to be the chandelier in the room.
Yep.
Come on.
I kid you not. It'll allow you to be the chandelier in the room. I mean, and when asked and everyone talks about authenticity and being authentically you, one thing about what's Tamala Mann's husband's name? I forget it. David Mann. So we're walking through, and I actually got a picture with him, but I wasn't even really trying to get a picture with him. He actually walked by and cracked jokes. He said, "Hey, nice blazer. You ran through a bush on your way here," because my blazer had all these leaves and stuff on it. And I said, "Oh, okay. What leopard did you kill on your way here?" And because you clap, I'm gonna clap back. We can clap all day. And we just fell into a conversation, and we ended up taking a picture. And I even met Pastor Mike, and he's so authentic. I mean, I didn't even know he followed me on social media until recently. And so, just being authentically you and just, being in the room, being around the people, saying hello.
That's it.
Not fanning out, is what I like to say. Just like, oh my gosh, hey, I love your music. Being people will gravitate to you. A lot of artists kind of don't really want all that big fan hoorah sometimes. They just want to enjoy the day and where they are, is what I've learned. I mean, of course they'll respond, but sometimes you're just being generally you. One thing, like everybody knows Ja'Cory. And it's not because of Ja'Cory's singing, but because of Ja'Cory's personality. when I first met Corey many years ago, what gravitated me with him was not the fact that he was there to sing background, but Corey's personality. Like he just came and he's just like, "Oh my God, I like your shoes." We just, "Oh, okay." I said, "Nice shirt." We just started like it just went from there. We just was talking like we knew each other. We both lived in the Bay Area at the time, from the Bay, but we just see people. Sometimes you just see people around and you don't say nothing, and then you actually get to know them. Like for years, I would see Ashton up singing. The first time I seen her singing, I was like, "Oh, I was like, who is this? Who is this girl up here trying to?" Oh, okay, here we go. And I said, "Come on!" I started calling her. "Oh, come on, who's little Martha Manuzzi? Come on!" And so, but when she opens her mouth, and then when you get to know her, and then capture her music resume, you're like, "Whoa!" I'm sitting amongst somebody great. When my parents can identify with her music resume because they were such big Prince fans, um, I'm like, wow, I'm sitting amongst someone great. And she doesn't even present herself like that. With like Yolanda and how everybody like Yolanda Wildpray, I actually thought Yolanda was a radio station for a long time. Yolanda Wild Praise, I thought was a radio station. I thought she had a show. I'm like, why can't I never find her show? And then when I find out
I'm a person.
graphics, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the graphic lady that's been doing everybody's stuff.
Lady.
But all these people that could always present themselves, you guys can always present yourselves another way. And I just know this not from knowing you personally, but from just knowing you and hearing you in rooms and at table conversations amongst people that are greats speaks well for who you guys are. And you guys are going to the Stellars, and you guys go with a humble mindset. And I really want to be there so bad.
That's so good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me just say this one thing. Your gift will make room for you. Okay. And your gift will make rooms for you.
For you. Mm-hmm.
But also know that your personality can get you kicked out of the room just as quickly
Mm-hmm.
as your gifting got you invited to the room.
Yes,
so you have to be able to govern yourself wisely.
Yes.
You have to be a good steward over your personality. And we talked about this a little bit last week, so you can catch last week's show to watch that again. Govern yourself accordingly. When you get invited into a room, read the room and govern your personality. Okay. If you're chatty Cathy, then maybe that day you need to just chew on a piece of gum. You don't talk so much. Okay. I can't wait to see you all at Stellars. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be really amazing, and I certainly do agree. Let me just say, I just grew up like this, so thank you for the very kind compliment. That really means more to me than you know. I've worked a long time to be confident in this body, right? And it's a daily work, if I'm really honest. But I also grew up with moms and aunties who believed in you dress your best. So just this past weekend when we were saying our final see you laters to my auntie, my 81-year-old auntie named Peaches walks outside. Oh yeah, baby, her name is Peaches, and dare you tell her different. And she walks outside. She had on a black pantsuit with rhinestones going down the front. And I said, Auntie, you look so cute. Oh, she said, oh no, girl, I get it from you. So I don't know anything else to be, right? And I just believe you dress to where you're gonna go, right? You speak well over yourself. It took me a long time to get to this place. When we started there, I said Ashton the superstar did it because I just believe you have to speak to where you want to be, period. So I can't walk in the room looking like I just came from outside playing in the dirt. I have to, even though I'm not doing it for you, but I do have to walk in the room looking like I'm supposed to be there.
That's right. Walk as if you're already on the next level.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tiana Lemons for that thought. So walk in the room like you're already supposed to be there, right? I mean, we can fan out a little bit, but these are your colleagues. These are not just people that you listen to their music, right? We do more than just sing music. We're contributors. But remember, so we're getting ready to wrap up. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today here on Shop Talk at Freedom Radio. We're so excited to have you. We don't take it for granted. And remember, If you're in a stellar weekend this weekend, if you're artists, if you're coming, remember Jesus is the superstar.
That's right.
So that's my new saying. I don't know why Jesus gave me that, but Jesus is a superstar. So if you leave and he was not glorified, then you gotta take that up with him. He's a superstar. That doesn't mean you can't have fun. That doesn't mean we can't have fun to dress up. That doesn't mean any of that. We're gonna go. We're gonna celebrate each other, no matter who wins. Don't be a sore loser. Okay, no matter who wins, let that be that, and celebrate them. We'll have a great time. All right, so have a great week. If any last comments from any of our fellow hosts, nope. We're gonna have a great week. Drink water and have a great
Go
weekend.
pack your bag.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.